Man never followed the usual path in games. While everyone else was choosing the strongest class, he insisted on choosing the very profession that everyone else looked down on. For skills he picked the weakest wind magic. Not only was it useless against fire attributes, it could even backfire and burn him due to elemental disadvantage. Against earth attributes it was equally feeble. But this was exactly the outcome Jack wanted. By staying unremarkable, he wouldn't draw attention. He just wanted to coast through the game without any pressure. Yet because he seemed so utterly weak, as soon as he entered the game a paying player targeted him. The player mocked Jack for looking like a noob, and for choosing the useless archer class. Hearing this, other players felt relieved. Glad they hadn't picked the worthless bow and arrow. Jack didn't mind at all. He stuck to his plan and headed to the training grounds to practice. After several attempts, he confirmed that the bow really was trash. Hitting a target was hard enough. Just shooting an arrow straight was a challenge on its own.
練習あるのみか。これは噂以上に当たらないな。
Through relentless practice, Jack finally raised his sword skill to level 5. Now he could barely hit targets within 2.5 meters. He also mastered basic wind magic. This made Jack feel confident again. With his morale boosted, he decided to try hunting in the wild. But since it was the game's launch day, the wilderness was crowded with players. Left with no choice, Jack went to gather herbs instead. Jack had expected a slow-paced playstyle, so he'd chosen a long-range vision skill ahead of time. Gathering herbs turned out to be fairly easy, but his alchemy skill felt pretty useless. Potions could be bought cheaply from NPCs anyway. Still, with some healing potions ready, it was time to hunt monsters for money. His first target was a unicorn rabbit. Unfortunately, Jack's first shot missed completely. The rabbit noticed and charged at him immediately. That allowed Jack to land one clean sword strike, but failing to kill it only made the rabbit more aggressive. So Jack gritted his teeth and went into close combat. Thanks to his trained footwork from practice, a quick combo turned the rabbit into meat. That performance earned Jack 2 new friends. They'd never seen anyone treat a rabbit like a soccer ball before. Once he got bored with that, Jack returned to town. The food sold by NPCs tasted terrible. Since the game included taste simulation, Jack decided to buy some seasonings and cook for himself. His first attempt tasted even worse than the NPC food, but patience was something Jack had plenty of. After trial, he finally cooked a delicious smelling rabbit steak. The rich aroma attracted many players. Seeing the crowd, Jack set a high price to discourage them. To his surprise, the food lovers said money wasn't an issue. And so, against his will, Jack became the game's part-time chef. Fortunately, once his cooking skill reached level 20, he could produce dishes in batches. Since there were no other archer players on the server, Jack had to buy materials and craft his own weapons. After several improvements, he forged a fine quality bow with 12 attack power. Then, using the money from selling rabbit steaks, he bought a full set of fine quality armor from the auction house. Now he finally looked somewhat respectable. Knowing he'd need more money later on, Jack listed all his cooked dishes in the auction house. He also added some rare potions he'd crafted to test how the market would react. Jack then headed to a higher level wilderness area. At first, he was wary of the unfamiliar monsters, but after taking a few shots, he realized these monsters couldn't stand up to him. In no time, he collected a large batch of materials. His skills also leveled up rapidly. When he returned to town to restock arrows, Jack was surprised to find his auction stall completely sold out. He also received many positive reviews and pre-order messages.